Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So just about wrapping up this series of the November kit for Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft. Can't you hear the thunder? But what I wanted to do was do one last project using this cute little Mama Kangaroo and Joey by Cottage Cutz. So I want to show you how to put this little guide together and to make a quick, I guess, layout. So, move this aside. This is it over here, and it cuts out, it's one plate, and it cuts out a whole kangaroo plus a little bits here. So I'm just going to bring you in a little bit closer and make sure I don't lose any bits. Alrighty, so I've cut it out of just some watercolor paper. Just the usual one that I use. And I'm just going to get a Tim Holtz pokey tool, and I'm just going to get everything out. It's got a few little bits here that you're going to have to figure out where they go. So I'm going to say that these two over here are going to be the eyes for the Mama Kangaroo. I'm going to say that these two are going to be the ears, her ears. This is going to be one arm here, this one, and this is going to be the other one, like that. And then there's her little belly, and that is going to be the little Joey. I am left with one more piece here, and I'm going to say that that might just be the Joey's nose. It's really hard to tell. But you know what, with such little detail, you can just use a gel ink pen to put in the eyes and the nose for the Joey. So you do have this one little bit left over, who knows, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this in now, and we'll try to make a Mama Kangaroo. So I have decided to use alcohol markers for this, and what I'm doing is I'm going over the entire kangaroo with a very light shade. I'm using the fat part just to go ahead and apply it down. I'm then coming in with a rose beige color, and I'm coloring the outside of the kangaroo, leaving her belly because the belly has that extra part which will add on top of it. I'm then going back in with my bullet tip and just adding a little bit of color and a little bit of darker shade along the inside and the outside of the outer part. I'm using kind of three different colors here. I'm blending the dark color, then going in with the medium color, and then using the lightest color to blend it all together. I'm now going in with like a cream light color for her belly, and then shading the outside to make it look just a little bit more 3D. For the Joey, I am using the lightest color as well. This is like a very pale skin color. I'm going to make him a little bit lighter than the mom. I just couldn't deal with all those little bits, so I grabbed my ballpoint pen and I added the eyes and the nose by just inking them up. Same with the ears. I couldn't deal with all those little things. So I just added pink to his ears. I did try with the Mama Kangaroo, and I had to use my pokey tool to pick it up. Yeah, it's very fiddly, and I didn't want to spend too much time doing that here. Little Joey goes into her pouch, and then I add double-sided tape to stick him down, and then I add her tummy to her body with PVA glue. Once again, these little bits for the eyes and the nose were just too fiddly for me, so I went ahead and added two eyes and a nose with my ballpoint pen. For her arms, you got to put those on, so I'm using the rose beige, and then I'm attaching them with PVA glue like the picture in the packaging, so that she's holding them just above the Joey. And just like that, it goes together like so. Okay, so after you put together your little kangaroo, and obviously you're going to put together more than one. I just experimented with different shades of brown, and also I used watercolor. This one was the alcohol markers. These are the watercolors. And for this one I did put glossy accents on top, and you can see the difference in the shine. And this one is without. So yeah, definitely you are able to customize your kangaroo your very own way. So the next thing I wanted to do was use this kangaroo. Now, if you look at this little guy here, this was one sticker that came from Doodle Pop. So you purchase the one sticker, you use it, you can never use it again. This one here is a die that you can cut out as many times as you like and create this icon or this kind of sticker as many times as you like. So I sort of really like the idea of dies, and I do prefer them over stickers because you can keep making that item over and over again. But you know, how cute is this though? You know, like I still do love this little guy. So the other thing I was thinking was you could always use this to decorate the front of your booklets, but to me that looks a little bit busy. And you know, same here, you could get away with it, I suppose, if you add a layer of vellum, and that way it takes some of the busyness of the pattern away. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and use this to decorate the front of the second booklet that has nothing in it yet. So I will start by pulling out that booklet and putting that little piece of vellum on top, overlaying it so that it is within the cover of the booklet. I have some pressed flowers here and some dried leaves that I'm using right next to the kangaroo, and they just look perfect. I have this cut out. It is from the 12 by 12 paper that has all those sentiments. I'm going to put the image above so you know what I'm talking about. And what I also have here are bottle brush flowers. The flowers have like red spikes on them. I picked them up off my floor in my backyard, and I just wrapped them around with double-sided sticky tape so that they weren't in single form. They were in a nice little bunch. I then grab some of these wood charms, wood veneers, and I'm going to go ahead and choose the one of Australia, and I'm going to add some of that Nouveau, that beautiful copper to it, and I love how it shines, and it's the perfect color to go along with the scheme. I do end up painting it on to start off first because I just wanted to play with it straight away, but after I've put it together actually on the booklet, I do end up adding a thick layer of Nouveau and leaving it to dry afterwards. You'll see what I mean in the picture afterwards. I also have some wood veneers of the gum nuts and the eucalyptus leaves that I've already done in a previous video, and I'm going to use them on this cover as well. Next, I'm reaching for this tag that is also from this cut apart page, and I'm layering 3 of these cutouts together, and I'm making it so it says, "Welcome to Australia, the lucky country." Now, I don't really like that term, lucky country. I don't think anything is by luck. I think everything is by design from a creator. I would much rather use the word blessed. I do believe that Australia is a blessed country, but that's all I have here, so I'm going to go with it. And I'm going to layer them on together, and then I'm also going to take that opportunity to add the sticky tape on the back of that vellum where it won't be seen. Just putting all my elements together now and deciding where I'm going to put that wood veneer. I do love it up on the top right hand side, so I am going to add the PVA glue and the double-sided sticky tape and add it right there up at the very top. Next, I'm putting my gum nuts and eucalyptus leaves down Once again, that combination of double-sided sticky tape for that instant stick plus the PVA glue. I usually find that when I just use PVA glue, it's still moving around. So I do prefer to use them both. Now where I've put down the Mama Kangaroo, I'm going to go on the back there and add PVA glue. So it's hidden by that die cut and it's not very obvious from the front. And then I'm going to do the same with the dried flower and the leaf, and they're going to go down with PVA glue. Oh, and I don't end up using that eucalyptus veneer. Okay. So next on that tag, I've decided to add a green eyelet, and I'm using some of this really pretty cream twine with the gold thread through it. And it just adds that extra perfect touch to this booklet, and I really love how it looks. Last of all, I'm adding the flowers from my bottle brush, a little bit of red. And this booklet is lovely, and I love how it's decorated. On the front page there, I'm using one of those cut aparts with the arrow to say, "Let's get lost." Perfect. All right, and that's the decoration of this booklet, you guys, using the Mama Kangaroo and Joey die by Cottage Cutz. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for tuning in to this whole Australian series. Can't You Hear the Thunder from Auntie Vera's November kit? I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.